Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of John Ammo's Archives here on YouTube. Excuse me, now bear with me. I did go out last night, so I am slightly hungover, but we're going to do this one time because, as everybody knows, John Ammo likes to do videos when he's passionate about something, and he was watching SportsCenter this morning, and he got passionate very quickly. As for the speculation of where I've been, I know there's some people who are going to say I haven't been here because the Mets are in third place, or I haven't been here because the Philadelphia Eagles haven't got that big-time wide receiver, or I haven't been here because John Ammo died, or he's in jail, or he contracted some kind of disease. All of those are false. I just haven't been here because I've been busy. But that being said, I was watching SportsCenter this morning, and like I said, bear with me. I'm a little on the slow side this morning, but I was watching SportsCenter this morning, and first thing that comes on, number 4, Mr. Fabulous, Brett Favre. God, people, I'm going to tell you right now that Brett Favre has become, in the last year, he was top 5 forever. But this last year, especially this last 2 months, my most hated sports athlete. Talk about a guy with an ego. Talk about a guy who can't get over himself. Talk about a guy who has no respect for his franchise, for the fans, for the coaches, for anybody. Wow. Hello, Brett Favre. This guy, every season, Mr. Drama Queen. It's like, dude, nobody cares if you retire or if you don't retire, but just say that you're not going to retire at the beginning of the season so you don't do this fucking bullshit every season. And this season, ladies and gentlemen, it's worse than ever. Like, you guys remember 2 years ago when he held out, and he held out, and he held out, and he held out, and Aaron Rodgers was almost there, and then he came back and snatched his spot back. Mr. Favre returns. And then last year where he was like, oh yeah, I'm not going to create any controversy. I'm not going to create any controversy this season. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. Oh, great. We'll let the kid sit for another year. And now this year, Mr. Favre, he's holding his team hostage. He's holding his fans hostage. He's holding his coaches hostage. He's sending text messages to his GM about wanting to return. Now he's asking for his unconditional release. Hell no. Hell no. If I'm the Packers, you want to play football? You come back. You sit on the bench, guy. You sit on the bench and you don't get your ass off the bench until I tell you to. This guy is a train wreck, man. He's an egotistical, maniacal, page one cover shot boy, wanting, since day one. I was watching highlights the other day from ESPN, 1998 quarterback challenge. Same thing. You should watch him. Dancing all over the field, talking to everybody. He's got to talk to every single quarterback he's got to talk shit to in 1998 when he was the man. I was on the Jim Rome show the other day, as a matter of fact, people. I don't usually call the radio show, but I call the Jim Rome show because Jim Rome's on vacation. I like Jim Rome, by the way. Jim Rome is on vacation till July 24th, but he had this sub, and he was just saying, well, why wouldn't you want Brett Favre to come back? Why wouldn't you want a repeat of the 2007 season? Brett Favre is a great quarterback. Brett Favre. So I was listening to this guy on the way to work, and I'm just getting more and more irritated. And finally, I called this guy, and I lit this guy up like the 4th of July. He couldn't say a word to me on the radio. And you know how radio talk show hosts are supposed to dominate? He had to hang up on me. I bitch smacked his ass. I was like, look, dude. I'm like, first of all, I'm sick and tired. I said about the whole hostage thing, about him holding his city hostage, and when is he going to give the kid a chance. But then more importantly, I was like, you sit here and make it seem like if Brett Favre returns, the Green Bay Packers are guaranteed an 11 or 12 win season. I'm like, what happened? Why don't you ever mention the 2006 season? Why don't you ever mention the 2005 season? Why don't you ever mention the 2004 season? Why don't you ever mention the 2003 season? Why don't you ever mention the fact that the guy has only won one playoff game since 1998, and he coughed up that Super Bowl? It's not like you make it seem. I told this guy, you make it seem like if Brett Favre returns, they're going to be an 11-win football team. What about the fact that Aaron Rodgers is more than ready to take over this team, and I think they'll be a 10 or 11-win team with Aaron Rodgers, a 24-year-old. And this guy was just like, Brett Favre, what if he comes back to another team and then good. Go to it. If he comes back to another team and he does okay, good for him. He had one more good season. Good for him. The all-time interception leader. He had one more good season. He coughed up one more good season. What? The team won 9 games, 10 games, made a playoff. Good for him. What if he goes to the Atlanta Falcons and the Green Bay Packers? You fucking idiot. Nobody gives a shit about Brett Favre except for those idiots in Milwaukee. And if you're a Brett Favre fan and you like me, I'm sorry, but Brett Favre sucks. This guy started his career with interception, finished his career with interception. He is coughed up one Super Bowl. From what I know, being a Philadelphia Eagles fan, and you know I got to get this biased in there, Donovan McNabb has owned Brett Favre over his career. Owned him. Except for this year, the Philadelphia Eagles have made Green Bay and Brett Favre look stupid and silly and like they're bitch. And I am sick and tired of hearing about this Brett Favre character. Go away. Go far away. Go to a beach. Go to an island. Go to a mountain. Go somewhere. Go hiking. Go farming. Go cropping. Go fucking pig curling. I don't care what you do. And you're on the cover of Madden 2009. The curse is on you. You're going to get in a fucking trailer accident. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. Okay. I just really hate Brett Favre. I really hate Brett Favre, and obviously it's showing. So we got a specific. And you know what? I'm gonna shout somebody out. I'm gonna shout. Somebody take the example of somebody like Troy Aikman, former Dallas Cowboy, who I can't stand and I hated. I hate you more than I hate him. And the only reason why I hated him is because he's on the Dallas Cowboys. That was a guy who was classy, though. Played a few years, won 3 Super Bowls, never played past his prime, knew when to hang it up. Take John Elway. Went out on top, baby. Went out on top. Go out like a man, Brett Favre. Go out like a man, because right now you are really, really, really starting to poke at your Hall of Fame career. Not just by what I'm saying, but what everybody's saying. You might be listening to those Green Bay fans. They might be inflating your head a little bit. Come back, Brett. Come back, Brett. But the whole country doesn't want to see you anymore, guy. Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to give you any guarantees, but I will say this. My laptop was down for 3 months. I don't know if that matters, but so I will try diligently to be back in the very near future. This is John Amel. Fuck you, Brett Favre. Archives is out.